In today's video, we're going to test this Indestructible dummy again, but this time we're going to shoot it with several different weapons. We're here at a shooting range in a 100% controlled and safe environment, perfect for us to carry out all these tests. The big dummy in this case is already in place here, all stretched out, because this is exactly where it's going to take all the shots. We've set aside several guns so we can shoot at it today, and I'm going to show them to you now. The first gun we have is a Toro TX pistol, .22 caliber, and this is its little ammo right here. This is going to be the weakest caliber we'll have in today's video, just to start off the shooting, you know, to start the fun with the dummy. The next one is also a Taurus pistol. Its model is G3C and it's a more compact model as well. And the caliber is 9mm. These are the rounds here with much more energy, much more powerful than the first ones. Going up a bit in level, we also have a Taurus here. This one is the TH40 model and its caliber is also a bit larger. This one is a .40 already with much more firepower than the first ones. Music. Now the fun starts to get a bit more for adults because here we have an RT608 in .357 Magnum caliber. Look at the size of this ammo, my friend. Now we already have a much more powerful weapon. This here is a T4 rifle, .556 caliber. Look at the ammo. This thing is totally different from the first ones. It's a weapon with much more energy, much more powerful. It also has a much higher speed. You can even notice it by its shape here. A much more elongated tip, right? Longer and also thinner. The amount of gunpowder it has is also much greater than the first ones. And this here is already a bit more customized weapon. You can even see its color is already different. It's already been fully customized, including it has a really cool red dot sight here, which will really help us not to miss our shot. And the cherry on top is going to be this weapon here. It's a rifle on the Avtomat Kalashnikova 47 platform. Look how beautiful this thing is, man. Its ammo is also very different. It's a 7.62 by 39. And the detail is that this ammo here is original and it's also from 1964. This is a weapon of war, right? So we're gonna shoot with the real original thing. It's gonna be the best, the cherry on top. Just for comparison, this here is the lineup of our ammo. Starting with the 22, then 3/8 of an inch, then the .40, after that the 357, 556, and the 7.62 by 39. So that's it. Let's start the test now. Our dummy will be positioned at the back and we'll start shooting. And just a reminder, we're here at a shooting range to do these tests, a totally safe and controlled environment, suitable for us to carry out all the tests with the highest possible safety.
Just reminding you, the green one has to be exactly in the middle of the rear sight, which are the two dots at the back. It can't be above or below. You press the trigger slowly, gently, and progressively until it fires. Don't pull it too fast or you won't hit the shot, okay? Especially with the other guns. Well,
let's begin with the 22. Everything's set. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We hit it, huh? Now let's see the damage it did. My aim on the first one was really accurate. I aimed right in the middle and hit it. And look, it made a small hole, just a little one. It didn't even go through, right? The remains of the projectile are still inside. First little gun, the dummy held up really well. Let's go to the next one. Time for the 9mm. Let's do it. All set. Well, so far I've got 100% accuracy with the shots, huh? Let's see. Look, this time it made a slightly bigger bump, like a little volcano. We could even squeeze it here. But man, I think once again it didn't go all the way through. The projectile is still inside it. Look at the difference in force between the first and the second one. It made a much bigger hole, so you can see there's a lot more energy, a lot more force. Both the gun and the ammo were much more powerful. Let's go to the next one. Time for the 40 caliber. Let's see the damage from this one now, man. It's getting bigger, huh? 3, 2, 1. Oh! Another shot, another hit. I'm getting good at this. And the cool thing is that I'm grouping the shots really well, all in the same spot, so you can see my aim is good here. Look, I've already noticed a difference, huh? Check out the back here. There's a little bump here. This was the first gun where the bullet didn't go all the way through, but it still reached the back of the dummy. Just so you have an idea, it's at least about 6 centimeters wide here, right? The dummy's a bit chubby. I need to hit the gym. The hole's from the 9mm to the 40 caliber. They weren't that different, but right after the shot is fired, the hole is much bigger, so it must open up and then close afterward. But when it closed up, it ended up looking similar, but we could already feel the difference that the bullet reached the end of it, but didn't go all the way through. I think we're really close to being able to shoot through this dummy here. Now we're going to use Rick's revolver from The Walking Dead. Let's load it. I think now we're going to be able to get through this dummy. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Another shot, another hit. I'm curious to see what happened there now. Wow, man, now I hit his leg. I'll tell you guys that I didn't aim here. I aimed right at the center, but I ended up hitting the leg. Now there's a little hole on both sides, right? Because the leg is a bit thinner, you know? But even so, it still managed to go through. And check out this cool thing, like the entry hole is really neat and straight, but the exit hole got a lot more torn up. The projectile probably tumbled, went off to the side, and made a much bigger mess when it exited here. But look, the little dummy is still pretty much intact compared to what I thought it would be. I thought it would explode more with the shots, but so far it hasn't so far. Now let's move on to the rifle, man. This one is the 5.56. It's also the T4 from Taurus. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna try to aim right at his chest. Let's see if my aim is good. We're a little farther away, but we have a much better sight. I missed, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It went by the side. I missed. We'll have to try again. Look, it's here. There. So. Wow.
The dummy didn't even move.
Look what happened. The dummy didn't even move much. It hit a little on the side of his abdomen. It just made this little hole. If you compare it to the others, the entry hole it made was much smaller than the others. But if you turn the dummy around here, look at the damage it did. There are even some pieces of gunpowder here. Look, we can see a piece of gunpowder. It went all the way through. It pierced right through the dummy, right? If you look at the bullet itself, it's very thin. The tip of it is really thin. So that's why it made a big mess at the entry. But at the exit, it tore everything up. But now it's time for the cherry on top, that Automat Kalashnikov 47. It'll be cool for us to compare it with this one since the ammo is, in a way, a bit similar, but not really, right? Actually, they're quite different. So now let's go to the Automat Kalashnikov 47. The ammo is already here in the magazine. Well, if the dummy moved, it means I think I hit it. Shooting with this weapon is already much cooler. It doesn't have such a strong recoil. I even thought the revolver was a bit stronger, but this one is much more fun to shoot. And it makes a lot more noise too. This is exactly where I hit, a little closer to the center. The 5.56 was a little more to the outside, and you can even see the little hole. The entry from the Automat Kalashnikov 47 was actually a bit smaller compared to the other one. Now let's check the exit, man. Oh my god, look at this gash here. Look at this hole. If you look at the exit from the 5.56, it was a much smaller hole compared to this damage. Man, this was some serious damage here. Well, but I think like the dummy actually held up pretty well, in quotes, right? Its back here is pretty messed up, but that's it. We shot this dummy with a bunch of different things. Would you guys like us to test this dummy with some other things? Just leave it here in the comments, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video. We're in this together. See you next time. Thanks. See you. That's it, and bye.